Hello, everybody. Just making a very short video today. I'm gonna try anyway. God knows I ramble too much. I'll get into where I'm at with how my life's going here in a little bit, but that's not what I'm trying to talk about right now. Armored Core Verdict Day is, Judgment Day is upon it. They're shutting down the servers upcoming this March, and I just think that's a mistake. Of course, they're also shutting down the old Dark Souls 2 servers, but I don't really care about that much. But they are keeping the Dark Souls 2 servers online for the PS4 and Xbox, alternative ones, the newer console ones, since they're on there. Something that I don't agree with and understand is that while Dark Souls 2 is on there, and you can get it for those newer systems, where the hell's Armored Core Verdict Day or any of the other ones? Even in the weird PlayStation's backwards compatibility stupid pass thing where you can get access to all these older PS2 or PS1 games, I think. Do they do PS1 games? I haven't checked. I think so, but anyways, I don't have a PlayStation, but I know that they have a whole entire thing where you can rebuy old PS2 games or some shit where they'll still work on there. There's no Armored Core games. Last time I checked. And I just think that that's a major mistake. We don't even have... Well, once the servers are shut down, that's it. It's gone. Forever. And I get it, they've already released Armored Core 6. But a lot of people, while everybody loves Armored Core 6, I played it. It's not a bad game. It's an Armored Core game. Every Armored Core game's, a solid game, a solid good game. But this new latest Armored Core game, I didn't like that much. Personally, I just didn't like it. I didn't like the choices that they made. Didn't like how it played. Didn't like how it feels. I did not like some of the story things that they did. I think there was a lot of missed potential in there, and the direction they took with it was not what I was hoping for. Great characters, good development, great voice acting in general. Overall, very good game. Graphics were supreme. I don't know why everyone was bitching about that, but we're not talking about that. I think it's a horrifying mistake to kill off Verdict Day, considering that FromSoft makes huge globs of money. FromSoft is a massive powerhouse when it comes to making money right now in the modern gaming industry world. There's no good reason for them to just shut the shit down. I get it. It's been a long time running, I know. But they haven't released any other fucking Armored Core games in a very long fucking time. And I think that they should at least move Verdict Day onto the PlayStation or Xbox stores, as a backwards compatibility title, considering that they had them on the PS3 and 360. And yet there are none. The only way to play these fucking games is to emulate them, because God knows, no one can really afford those ridiculous scalper prices that the physical copies are going for right now, because, we gotta try and rip people off as much as possible in today's world. God, I fucking hate people. Fucking A, man. I just think it's such a huge mistake. It's such a huge mistake to be taking those servers offline when there's no other way to play it. other than like to jerry rig it in. I think there's a way to jerry rig it and make it kind of work in RPCS 3, but you need but in order to play Armored Core in RPCS 3, which is legally dubious at best, you have to have a really strong computer and know what you're doing, which a Neanderthal like me is never going to be able to completely figure out or make running. I'm never going to get the online to work properly. And I think it's just a stupid mistake. There's no fucking good reason for them to be taking the Verdict Day servers offline. It has to not cost them much. It cannot cost them that much. There's no way. There's no way it costs them that much money that they couldn't just let it sit there. They have to fuck with it. Think about all the DLC content and achievements and shit that's just going to be gone forever. That no one's ever going to be able to have access to again once it dies. That's a mistake. That's a terrible mistake. I don't understand why people can't just leave shit alone. I think that's a terrible mistake. From Software should, at the minimum, if they're gonna kill it on its platform, on the only platform that it's available on, they need to move it to the newer platforms. Move it to Xbox One and move it to the PlayStation Store and shit. Like the modern day ones. I don't think it's that hard for them to do. I cannot see it being that bad and that complicated for the people who made the shit to do it. They have all the money in the world and rights in the world to do it. I don't understand what the problem is. I know there's a bunch of legal jargon behind it all. You know, I get it. You know, there's a bunch of these companies and licenses and crap. But I don't understand why From Software couldn't just throw a small bundle of money on the table in order to make it happen and then just be done with it. It would make everybody happy. So much goodwill would be generated from that. I don't know why they're not doing re-releases of any of these games or making them available in any other fucking way. I don't understand. It cannot possibly be that impossible for them to do. There's fucking like 15 Armored Core games, and there's no way to play them outside of emulation. Other than 6. God, it pisses me off. I just think that it's a terrible mistake from Software. That should not be the case. I should not be sitting here and making this video about this. I'm not good. I'm not really good at talking, and I'm really not good at doing this kind of thing. But if everyone just sits there and doesn't say nothing, if nobody says nothing about it, then there's no one to be heard. If a tree falls in the woods, you know. So, like, I feel like, you know, if I don't say something about it, who the fuck is? It's a mistake. They should be moving all the 5 and Verdict Day DLC content like into one bundle, and then make that bundle just purchasable on the Xbox and PS Store. And then you can have both 5 and Verdict Day and just be able to continue playing Verdict Day as is, 5, whatever. It'd be cool, but it's not that important to be killing these servers when it costs them literally nothing in the grand scheme of it. When it costs you so little, I don't understand. It costs them nothing compared to what they're making. It's a fucking drop in the bucket. It's seriously a drop in the bucket, and it pisses me off. It really pisses me off, because now I don't have any other game to go back to play. Verdict Day, like fucking 70% of Verdict Day, is like online stuff. There's a whole shit ton of stuff to do online in Verdict Day. And taking away its component completely destroys the game. Yeah, there's a huge offline campaign, yes. There is a story mode, and you can play it, and there's lots of missions. There is lots of missions to do, but now you can't do any co-op. You can't do any versus. You can't do any of the world-related stuff. You can't do teams and squads. You can't do stuff with your UNACs. Unmanned armored cores, which you could program and build and design and share designs and programming with other people. You're not going to be able to see emblems or do all this other shit. So much stuff is just going to be brick. It's not going to be able to work anymore because they're killing the servers and it's just going to be dead. Not to mention all the world bosses, which I only ever fought I fought 3. I fought LIV, I fought the Spirit of Motherworld, which on that one I accidentally purged all my fucking weapons like a moron. So I was running around with 2 shields as a fucking kickbot. Yeah, that went well. Oh god, that was so dumb. And I fought Excusia, the red Excusia, and that's it. That's all I've ever fought. I think I may have fought the laser blade version of the Black Glint, the NWG9 that shows up. It's this Armored Core Next that shows up in Verdict Day. If you're here, you probably know what that is. So I probably don't have to explain it. But basically, all that shit's going to be dead. It's not going to work anymore. And that's a mistake. From Software makes plenty of money, and there's no fucking good reason for them to be killing it. Especially if it's not going to be anywhere else. Officially, in any capacity. That's a terrible mistake. They should not be doing that. There's no good reason for them to be doing that when it costs them so little to just keep going. And if they are going to do that, they have to move it someplace else. They have, if they do this and they don't fucking just move it over to the modern day PlayStation Store or Xbox Store or fucking PC would be great. PC would be amazing. But I know that's a fucking, it'll be a cold day in hell whenever From Software releases PC re-releases of all the old games, or any of the old games for a matter of fact, probably. Probably the same with Ace Combat. God knows. So, I'm blown away that they deem it necessary to do that. I don't know how much money it's costing them, but it can't be too much money compared to how much they make. To how much money that they make, especially right now, they are definitely in the black. They're making money. A lot of money, and there's no way that they cannot afford to be able to just keep this server going. That's bullshit. There's no way. That is totally bullshit. That's bogus. They should not be doing that. It's not the right move for them to be doing. And I understand profit margins and bullshit. You got to make your shareholders happy. But Six has appealed to Bandai and been huge and cinematic and made to play a lot like Dark Souls to make their current fan base happy, and it's got a bunch of old Armored Core stuff in it to make the old dudes happy. I'm personally not bought by Armored Core 6 that well. I'm not pleased with it and the way it plays, but it's good enough to just sit down and fuck around with if I'm bored. At least the mods that are coming out for it are neat. Fucking finally. I'm just not happy with this. I'm not happy with this. I think it's a terrible mistake, and if they should be shutting it down, they need to move it someplace else before they kill it. Make it available somewhere else on one of the 3 platforms now that they could do that with. It's unacceptable. And I think that's a greedy move for them to do, and not in the spirit of making Armored Core fans happy in any meaningful way. It's definitely not. It's such a massive, major disappointment to me. I can't express how disappointed I am at that decision. I think that they owe us, personally. I think that they should fucking cough up the money for whatever stupid licensing bullshit, whatever red tape that's behind it, and at least move it onto PC or something, man. They need to move it somewhere. I wouldn't mind buying it again as long as the servers actually fucking work. I just think that it's a terrible mistake. They shouldn't be doing it. I haven't seen many people really talk about it other than, it's happening. But, I haven't seen no one actually get up and say, hey, that's not cool, when there's no other way to play it other than some jank PS3 emulation way of making it work. Which, God knows it'll take fucking 15, 20 more years to make that work properly, and by then it won't be fucking relevant at all. I'll probably be dead by then if things keep going the way they are. Shit. I just thought that I should make this video speaking up about it and saying that that's not right for them to do, that's wrong. I don't care if Armored Core 6 is out. It's not my Armored Core game. It's not really what I wanted. 5 and Verdict Day are not really what I wanted either, but they're still better than Armored Core 6 in my opinion. So, not that my opinion matters or is important in any real significant way, but that's how I feel, and I think that they are way truer to how an Armored Core game should be and play and feel than 6 is. So, be that as it may, I'm severely disappointed that Verdict Day is being shut down, and I think that it's a terrible mistake with no other platform. From Software, that's unacceptable of you to do, and you need to cough up the fucking money to move it someplace else, especially with how quickly you killed 5. Verdict Day, I know, has been up for 10 years. I get it. But it's still not cool. It's not cool. It's not. I never even really got to play it that much. Me personally, about the time that it came out was about the time my life kind of imploded on itself, and I've just never been able to get onto my feet since then. That was around the time that my whole life fucking just ended, and I lost pretty much everything I gave a fuck about in the world. So I actually got to play Armored Core Verdict Day for a year, maybe 2. Not even really, because I was still in school at the time, so it's just every once in a while I kind of got to play it. I did not get to do much and enjoy it that much, really. At least it was better than 5 in most areas. It improved significantly. as where 5 was like a solid 7 out of 10, 8 maybe at maximum at its best moments. Verdict Day was a solid 8. 8.5, 9, like 8.9 out of 10 sort of thing. It was really good for the kind of game that it was. I didn't personally like it that much. I think that they should have kept going with the Armored Core 3 or Armored Core 4 style. You know, kept extensions, kept back weapons. You know, the kind of classic AC formula. But, you know, that's just me. That's what I like. So, it's a terrible mistake that they're doing that. And I'm not happy or satisfied with 6. Not that much, really. It's online component. They're focusing way too hard on it. And PvP has never really been my thing. Co-op is, though. And Armored Core 6 doesn't have any co-op at all. Other than like a mod that someone's making. But that's not official. That's a mod that someone's making. So God knows when that's going to be released, and God knows how long that's going to take to make work right and work well. Alright, that's my thoughts on it. That's all I have to say. I don't want to make this video too long. I've gone on enough little tangents here and there, and I'm releasing this video because I feel like someone needs to talk about it, and if no one did, then, you know, no one's going to be heard. I think that it's a terrible mistake from Software. You should not be doing that. You have plenty of money to go around. You guys make shit tons of money. It's not okay. Stop doing that. Stop fucking killing shit whenever, you know, you still have the server. It still exists. You should preserve it. Move it to one of the 3 available platforms to you. Just fork over a little bit of money to make it happen. It won't cost you guys that much. It will bring a lot of good fucking will to the Armored Core community. It will make a lot of people happy. And a lot more people will be able to access it and be able to play it. And you'll be able to make more money if you just simply resold it on one of the 3 available platforms to you. And before you destroy that server and it's just gone and dead forever and it's just lost. You should move it over. There's options here. And I just think that this is the cheapest, shittiest option available, and I think you could do better. I just think it's bullshit. There's no good reason for you not to, other than money. Maximum profits, huh? Whatever.